architecture. Now, what is the architecture of AX? Okay. So see, if I'm using a term like ERP, AX, or Dynamics 365 operations, so there's no difference, okay? Okay. So what is the architecture of Dynamics 365? Okay. Dynamics 365 is based on the 3-tier architecture. Okay. Okay. So in 3-tier architecture, what you will have? Just a second. I think we are using that now. In one environment, there is only database. In the UAT, no, that is not architecture. Architecture means like how it is working, how it is communicating. Yes, that is architecture. Okay. Means if I am doing something in client, so how it is flowing, that is architecture. Yes, understood. Okay, just a second. And the third thing which you will have, that is the database. Yeah. Okay, so whenever we work on the client side, so client is always communicate with your server. Okay, once client is communicated with the server, after that it is communicating with your database. And same thing, from database it is first communicating with your server, and then it is communicating with your client. So it means, what is a client? The client is an environment where I do all the request and response. Okay, so when, let's say for example, if I want to make one new customer in AX, okay, so that new customer creation, I will do it from my client side. So client is my front end. Okay. AS is my, you can say it's my server, which do what? Which process my request. So AS stands for application. Okay. Now what? There's a specific name which is given to your AX server. And what is the purpose of this? It will process request and response. So whatever request and response I'm going to do, all the request and response are processed on my AOS server. Okay. Yeah? Yes. Okay. How is this server different from our C# environment? Talk about in C# environment also, there also you will have client. Client will client. So interface which you have to then. Let's say GUI. Now from GUI interface, whenever your user will put some data, right? So you have cited the logic which is processing on your Visual Studio, right? So that's if you are AOS. And the logic, yeah. And once the logic is processed, maybe you're using some backend database where you are storing the client. Okay, understood. So, I am hearing this AOS first time. So that's why I'm curious. What's the difference between our Visual Studio? Why is it called AOS server? Application Object Server. Okay. You work with the ASP.NET, right? Okay, whenever you run the ASP.NET website, so their local server is available where your ASP.NET website is executing. Yes. Right? So it will be like this. So AS is AX, its own server where it will process whenever you run your client. So that client will be processed on that server, and all the request and response will be communicated to that server only. Okay. But it's a naming convention which Microsoft has given them, that is an application object server. Like Visual Studio, maybe you will have Visual Studio local server, something like that. The same way they have given a name which is a AOS. So the only task of AOS is what? Just to process your request and response. Okay, and database will do what? It store your data. Yeah. This gap is here. What was the difference between the previous version of AX, which is AX 2012 R3,